Hey, what's happening, everybody? My name is Haydn Adams with A Designer Who Codes. In this video, I want to take a step back from a bit of programming and talk about the differences I see as web designer versus web developer. And with that, let's get started. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of my backstory after doing a whole series of videos. So my backstory is I earned a BFA degree. Now, a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree is really focused on design, on color, line, shape. But I also got lucky. I also fell into a school that focused on computer arts, that focused on web technology. And so I learned back, and this is late 90s, early 2000s, but we learned the fundamentals of web design. We focused on good design, what makes the web work. This is really before UX became UX. And if you don't know what UX is, it stands for user experience. So I was doing usability before usability became the thing to do. So for me, I came from an art background. I got lucky because I fell into technology really early on, but I really wanted to hone my skills and be better as a designer, which would make my web skills that much stronger. I then went and taught for 13 years at an art school. And to me, I like to program because that is the journey to the end of my design. Like a paintbrush or a pencil, you have to use some tool to achieve your art. And with any web design, I have to use the tools of coding in which to accomplish that. So if we talk about a web designer, the emphasis is a lot about design. Does it look good? Most web designers hold either BAs or BFAs. The BA is the Bachelor of Art, and of course, if you go on a secondary, you can earn an MA or an MFA, or a Master of Arts or a Master of Fine Arts, as well as the Bachelor. But most of the design is focused on, does the site work? Does it function? And how does it look visually? That's the role of a designer. Do you actually take into account the logo? Do you take into account the corporate brand colors, the fonts, all of those? But you also need to know how you actually load those fonts up. The most important piece I think about when thinking about web designers is that they're more right brain dominant. And I talk about Shades of Grey, not the movie 50 Shades of Grey. That has taken my place for a long time, but nothing is just black and white. Things are multi-shades. There's not a right or wrong, but there's a maybe this, maybe this, maybe that. And that's more of a web design thinking component when it comes to designing for the web. Now, a web developer can usually hold a Bachelor of Science degree, which is more computer science focused. They're focused on about the linguistics. Does the code actually work? And they're making the sites work. So while the web designer is focused on Photoshop or different softwares to design for the web developer is really actually writing that code from scratch and building the site. Does it look good? Probably could be, but it's more focused on, does the site work versus does the logo look flawless in that question. They're really focused on computer languages. So React versus HTML, CSS. There could be Angular. These are Ruby on Rails people. I give major kudos to who can program beyond what I can do. My skills are really focused on HTML, CSS, JS, /React, /Gatsby, because if you've watched my videos, you've found that Gatsby is like the bee's knees for me in order to accomplish what I want to accomplish. But also the biggest thing about web developers is that they're left brain dominant. It's black or white, and that's kind of how the web really works. In code, it's really, for a right brain person, it's scary because in coding, it either works or it doesn't work. There's no maybe, which when I first started coding, I was like, man, this is harder than I thought, because in InDesign or Photoshop, you don't really have error messages per se, but you have better designs and you have worse designs. Hence, you have shades of gray. In the left brain dominant realm, it's black or white. The code works or it doesn't. And that's can be a really good thing because you have to make sure the site works. And if it doesn't, you have to read the error messages and figure out where it comes down to. And so these are the two worlds. I don't think that there's one or the other that really is more important. So the question I get asked a lot is, what's better? And I say be both. And that's where this channel really came together, is that I really wanted to teach the web designers how, when you learn how to code, your design skills will greatly improve. Be a unicorn. Be a web designer who knows how to code, because one really can't survive without the other. And so if you apply both skill sets by using both sides of your brain, one might be more dominant. And I'm definitely on that right brain creative mode, but I have to engage the left side in order for me to become an accomplished web developer and a web designer. So if you're thinking about which is better, the answer is both. I hope that helped you out. If you feel that you are in one of these two camps, web developers or web designers, let me know. I'd love to hear in the comments if you feel that you are feeling more one versus the other, or if you are both. Are you a unicorn? I'd love to hear in the comments, because I definitely feel that I'm more of that unicorn person that is a web designer but needs to know how to code. And so I kind of fall also into that web developer world as well. As always, I'm Haydn Adams with A Designer Who Codes. Thank you. Ready to continue becoming a better web designer through code? Check out more of my videos through my channel, A Designer Who Codes. Thanks so much for watching.